99.9 Punk World Radio FM. Tonight on this Easter Sunday, we are joined by phenomenal band Concrete Ties. Guys, Chris, Dan, how are you doing this evening?
Good. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Good, thank you.
Hey, you're most certainly welcome. Dan, I was told as well you're actually out there in Miami. I first and foremost have to say, super jealous that you're out there, soaking up the sun and enjoying the rays. But how is Miami today?
It's good. It's about 80 degrees. The humidity's not bad. I just went to the beach so you could see I'm getting some sun a little bit. So it's been fun so far.
I got to say, again, one last time, super jealous, but I'm glad you actually get to spend your Easter out there in paradise.
Yeah, it's a good time.
But I know you guys are busy individuals, so of course I'm going to dive right into this interview. But I want to take you back to the beginning of Concrete Ties. How did you guys actually first meet and come together to actually form this amazing band?
Okay, so my ex-wife was best friends with Jeff's ex-wife, and me and Jeff had known each other that way for a long time. Jeff is the drummer, of course. Also plays in Full Blown Chaos and Brick by Brick. And I had played some shows with him back in the day too in some of my older bands. So I'd known who he was, but we were kind of like acquaintances or kind of friends due to our wives being friends. And me and him just started jamming one day. I wrote like a song and I was like, here, let's play this song. And it kind of just snowballed from there, We ended up finding a bass player eventually and a singer and just putting a whole band together.
I got to say, connection by wives definitely sounds like a phenomenal story.
And neither of us are with those wives anymore, but me and Jeff are still together, so that's all that matters.
Well, hey, you know what? I got to say, as one divorce happened, but at least, the band divorce didn't happen, because people say bands are kind of like marriages, you fight, you make up, you go on tour, you spend most of your time together.
Yeah.
So at least you guys, you're not a two-time divorcee.
Yeah, I've described them as basically try to be in a 4 or 5 way relationship, because that's what it is. Everyone has to agree on every decision, and it's very difficult. But Layla said she's going to join in a second here, so she'll probably pop in.
And also, August 12th, 2021, you guys actually released the amazing EP titled Twisting the Knife. Looking back into 2021, can you actually tell us the story behind this phenomenal EP? And of course, is it actually still out there to be purchased today?
We do not have physical copies for sale. We have, just Spotify and stuff right now, so you can't buy them. But yeah, that was our first EP. It was definitely more melodic, more metal. And that was with our original vocalist, Jeremy Dunn. And yeah, it was cool. It was our first steps, it was our first songs, stepping stone,
There she is.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on? How are you?
Good, we're live.
Hope you're having a great day out there. Looks like the sun's shining as well.
Yes, beautiful out.
Where are you at, Layla?
Me, I'm in New Jersey right now.
Oh, really?
I gotta say, Concrete Ties are all over the place. Miami, New Jersey. I love it. You gotta love technology, how like something like this can bring us all together no matter where we are in the world.
I know. Even when we're at home, we're all over the place in different states too.
And I gotta say, Twisting the Knife, which what we were talking about briefly, I gotta say, such a phenomenal EP. And I gotta say, you guys do phenomenal music, but Twisting the Knife is definitely my favorite EP that you guys actually put together.
There's a lot of people who say that, but I think you're gonna like the new one.
And also as well, you guys are actually currently signed to Upstate Records. I was wondering, how did you guys actually get discovered by that label? And of course, what is it like just working alongside them?
I mean, they're great. They knew, our drummer Jeff, from, he does Brick by Brick, he does Full Blown Chaos, and so he had those connections, and but it's been great. They've been very supportive. They've been just great at communicating with us, and yeah, connected with other bands as well through Upstate Records. It's a really good one to be in.
And I gotta say, Upstate Records has such a phenomenal roster of bands alongside you guys. Like, what is it like to actually just being signed to a label that has so much, like, just so much legacy behind it? Because the bands currently on the roster is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's really cool. We're proud to be with them.
Yeah, no, and a lot of those bands, they became really good friends of ours now. So it's been a great experience, and just being able to even hang out, and connect with them, and do shows together. It's been a great experience. And like you said, I mean, they've been around for a while. They have a lot of bands that are successful in hardcore. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, just to say, like, you're part of a family label that like has all these bands on it that we've listened to many years. It's just a pretty rad thing to say you can be part of and contribute to.
I gotta say, when I looked through the roster, aside from Concrete Ties, the one band that really popped out at me was Fury of Five.
Yeah. Those guys are great. They support us a lot.
Yeah.
They share our stuff. They've been supportive of us. We love those guys.
And Leia as well, actually, because obviously I do know at the beginning of Concrete Ties there was a different singer. What was it like actually coming into the band and just taking over from the previous singer? Was it a difficult process for you, or did you slide right in smoothly and learn the previous lyrics like no tomorrow?
It's funny. I was doing shows. I was putting shows together, like like a promoter, kind of like a few shows here and there in Connecticut, and I was following the band already, and a few bands that were like in the New England area, and I saw they were looking for somebody, and I was actually on vacation in Puerto Rico at the time, and I was like, hey, if you give me 2 weeks, I can try out and see how it goes, and I tried out, and yeah, just learn the lyrics. The lyrics were not easy, I gotta say. And stepping in,
I think we might have lost her there for a second.
as you
Went all Atari on us.
mentioned, that EP was great, and Jeremy's group. But yeah, I guess we just kept hanging out. So we're still.
MIA.
I do know it's glitching. That's why I kind of gave it a little second.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Because I do know when StreamYard glitches and freezes a little bit, it kind of freezes for a second, then all the words will come flying out after the freeze. So I kind of wait a second to hopefully it kind of spits it back out. But also, April 19th of 2022, you guys released the EP, which I believe this is the first record that Leia was actually on, which is called Unrecognizable. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this EP, because I got to say, Annihilation was actually my favorite track off this entire EP.
I kind of muted for a minute.
Layla's cutting in and out a lot. So that album we had ready to go before she joined.
It's funny because a lot of people say that Annihilation. Yeah.
Nobody has service.
I just say blame it on
He said
AT&T.
nobody
That's
has
what I
service.
say.
Yeah.
I came in
That's
after
what
the
I
record,
have.
so
But I do got to say though, that
Way
album
worse.
is definitely absolutely phenomenal. I love the album artwork as well. It kind of has that dark comic book type vibe to it as well.
Yeah, that was a friend of Dan's, right?
Hmm.
Think. Oh, I think she's muted. I think she might have muted herself. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, there we go. But also as well, I do know that you guys are actually going to be venturing to Ottawa, Ontario, where you will be part of the Ottawa Punk Fest. I was wondering, how did you guys actually get connected with the nation's capital's own? And of course, like, what can the fans in Ottawa, Ontario expect from this up and coming festival?
What do you know, Chris?
well, we had a manager for the past year. He got us the connection to the Ottawa Punk Fest. I know. What was I gonna say? So we got connected with him through there, and past month or so, we've been just trying to find other dates to fill. So I actually contacted someone in Montreal on Sunday, the 29th. So we'll also be in Montreal. Show hasn't been announced yet. I think it's going to be at Le Beau or something like that. So more details to follow. Basically, all the songs that anyone in Canada has come to know and love. You're going to hear all those, plus a lot of new songs from the upcoming EP. So we're excited to bring the music up to Canada. I know for Jeff, he's been around the world a few times, but for us three, it'll be our first time venturing to Canada to get to play some shows. So we're excited.
And I gotta say, while you're in Ottawa, make sure you hit up the Ottawa Poutineery. Get yourself a poutine. I know every single Canadian you meet is gonna ask you, "Have you experienced the poutine yet?" Honestly, just get one. Even if you know what I mean, don't like eating greasy foods, you got to try it once. Because I mean, that in a beaver
Oh, yeah.
tail, okay? I'm not even going to tell you what a beaver tail is. Just go to a beaver tail stand, get one, and then you can message me after and thank me because it's delicious.
Okay.
I'll definitely try that.
That sounds like the most Canadian thing ever. I'm looking forward to it.
100%. And I will admit there is a maple syrup beaver tail as well, so it's even more Canadian.
Okay.
Sounds good.
But we're also looking for Saturday the 28th to fill. If we can, great. If not, we'll hit up Ottawa and Montreal and give you guys a hell of a show. So
Yeah.
And Ottawa Punk Fest, I have to say, 'cause I know I totally just threw things left field with like the Beaver Tail and Poutine talk, but with Ottawa Punk Fest, there is so many amazing bands actually going to be there, and I know you guys are going to have a phenomenal time and network like crazy. But Pew 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 is another great band to actually see while you're out there as well.
Okay. Yeah, we look forward to it. Not really sure what to expect, but it looks like a lot of great bands, so should be a good time.
Yeah.
And also, I was going to say also as well, I do know you kind of hinted at a new record as well when we were talking about the debut EP. I was wondering if, from what you actually are allowed to speak about, can you let a few cats out of the bag and tell not only Punk World Radio, but Concrete Thai fans a bit more about this up and coming record? And of course, what can we expect from it?
Well,
Heavier riffs, I would say.
yeah,
I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. That's why I don't know if I
We can
should
hear you
talk.
perfectly. I
you're
can.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be it's gonna have some thrashier songs, a little bit more akin to the first EP. It's got a little bit of melodic stuff mixed in to kind of bring a throwback to that as well. But then it's got some songs that are kind of more in line with Unrecognizable. So I think it's a good mix. And we've done some new things that we haven't done in the past. I think people are really going to like it. We're pretty excited about it. I would venture to say it's probably our best work. I think everyone probably thinks that when they have a new album, but that's how we feel about it anyway. So we're really hoping people dig it. We have a couple special guests, but I don't know if we want to announce those yet.
What I say is definitely, I know people are probably going to hate me for saying this, but I say wait and let people find out. Like, never give away the surprises. You know, let people be surprised. That's how I put it. And I know people are going to be like, let's go hang the DJ now. But I will admit, if you got some special guest appearances, don't even tell us. Just let us be surprised when we actually hear it.
Well, it's like a movie. We don't want to spoil it. So,
yeah. I think people will be happy about who we have on the album. So.
But I have to ask, because I know you guys are all, spending your Easter, doing your thing, like New Jersey, Miami, all over the place. But I have to ask quickly, what is next for Concrete Ties? Like, because I know we spoke about the new album that you guys are working on. We spoke about Ottawa Punk Fest. What is next for Concrete Ties other than those things? Like, have we missed anything during this evening's interview that you also want to touch on, talk about, or promote? What we still got you here on 99.9 FM tonight?
Yeah, I think our next goal is to expand, to go other areas that we haven't been. We have been staying mostly in the northeast area, some of the southeast, but we want to be able to travel. Canada, of course, it's the first one, right, that we are looking at, and definitely like getting to the West Coast and who knows, I think that's our next goal, to be able to just tour and go to other states and perhaps other areas outside of the US.
Yeah, that and obviously releasing the record, releasing the singles. Record right now is kind of slated for the fall later this year. Don't have any definites yet on that. Playing more shows this year. Like Layla said, playing states we haven't played, countries we haven't played yet, hopefully, but and just keeping on writing new riffs.
And one more question about the new album. Do you guys actually have plans to actually do a physical release as well, like vinyl, CD, cassette, or are you going to keep it strictly digital?
Like, so Unrecognizable
We're
had
definitely
a later...
doing.
Yeah, Unrecognizable had a later vinyl release, which had a little bit of a delay to it. I think if you go on Rev HQ, they might still have some copies of it. Upstate's all sold out of vinyl. We played with Biohazard last year. Any physical copy of media that we had for that album just sold right off the table. So, yeah, and if you want to get it, I'd say if you want a CD, check out Upstate, and Rev HQ still has vinyl copies of that. We only made, 200 pressings of that LP.
Yeah.
So, and I know the new new EP coming out will have, I believe, CDs and vinyl, but you'll obviously get to stream it online.
It will definitely have CDs. I think we're going to do vinyl too, but we have to figure that out.
And before we actually part ways here tonight, obviously I know how to follow Concrete Ties across all social media platforms. But for the people down here in Canada that might just be discovering you tonight, how do we go about following the band across all social media platforms if we're not already doing so?
Well, oh, so it's going to be me. Okay. If you guys look us up on Instagram, follow us there. We have our Linktree attached to that. Obviously, we're on Facebook. We just set up a TikTok, so we can send you guys some videos that you usually don't get to see on any of the other social media platforms. Obviously, Spotify, Apple Music. Check us up there, and we're on YouTube as well. So you can see some live videos. So if you want to see that show we did with Biohazard, the whole set, just put in Concrete Ties, Biohazard. I know Dan made a behind-the-scenes video, but someone also took a full recording of that entire set, which was awesome. So.
Oh yeah, if you go to our YouTube channel too, we also have 2, I think, documentaries, like an hour-long documentaries that we filmed ourselves, all behind-the-scenes footage of us traveling around, playing shows, featuring other bands, just showing all the antics. So both of those are on our YouTube channel too, and you can find that through our Linktree as well, through Instagram.
And I gotta say, Chris, Dan, Leia, thank you so much for giving not only myself, but the radio station Airways a bit of your time. It was such an honor speaking with you three. Thank you all for coming together despite being in different locations and whatnot. I greatly appreciate your time, and hopefully when the new album drops in the fall, we can all gather back up and make this actually happen again.
Yes, hopefully less technical
All right,
difficulties
thank you.
too
Awesome.
with
Thank
that.
you so much.
Hey, you're most certainly welcome. I'm sure the second go around definitely will have less technical difficulties for sure. Have a wonderful time and
Okay.
happy Easter to you and all your families as well.
Thank you guys. Happy Easter.
Take care.